Hello everyone, happy holidays, happy new year. This will be your January monthly pick a card reading. So as you can see, we have 4 piles here. Pile 1 has the clear quartz stone. Pile 2 has the smoky quartz stone. Pile 3 has the rose quartz stone in the shape of a heart. And pile 4 has the chrysocolla stone. Right, I will give you a moment to pick your pile and then we will begin. Okay, hello pile 1. Let's start with your reading. Okay, so the first card is an Archetypes card, and this will be about a personality trait that you need to be careful about. So if it's a negative trait, then it might be something that you need to be aware of so as to, heal or just be careful that it doesn't express itself at the wrong time, etc. If it's a positive trait, then good for you. It's something that you are going to benefit from this month. So let's see what you've got. So you have the Lover. I don't know if you can see that. The Lover in reverse. So we're going to take the shadow or negative trait of this archetype, and that's obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Okay, so this to me talks about codependency or attachment to something or someone, to the point of being almost dependent, or wishing on something so hard that you think that you're going to be happy only when you're with this person or you have this. Of course, you do have the light side or light attributes of this archetype, which is great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So it is good to be devoted. It is good to appreciate others and things, and devotion keeps us going forward, right? Going after something, achieving our goals at the end of the day. But just be aware of being overly attached to someone or something this month, to the point of being dependent, and try to be happy and fulfilled without them. You can still appreciate them, you can still want them, but being able to do things without them. Okay, so the first area of your life for the month of January that we're going to look at is career. So the oracle card you got is Mystery, and the tarot card you got is Seven of Swords. Ooh, this is quite okay. I'm not sure if this is focusing. I think it's focusing now. Okay, so there are 2 ways to interpret this. One is be wary of someone, be it a colleague or your boss or someone, in your work life who is doing something behind your back, right? Seven of Swords is secretive behavior. Could be lies and deception at its worst. But with the Mystery card, right, it says it's something's going on that you don't know about. Not yet, at least. So that's one way to look at it. But another way to look at it is that you yourself are doing something secretively. So you're not telling other people. If you're starting a project, if you have a new idea, yes, I would advise you keep it to yourself, at least for now, at least until it comes to fruition. Because people might be envious, people might talk you down out of it. Keep other people's energies out of your projects, out of your, babies, so to say, the things that you love, that you're working on. With the Mystery card, this is a road. I like this because it's pretty lit up. It's light, it's positive, it's in the middle of the day. This is, during the night, but you don't know where it's leading you. So you might be starting a new journey or a new chapter in your career, and you're not quite sure where it's going to lead you. Seven of Swords if it's about you doing something, right? She is sneaking during the night and taking swords out of the house, but we don't know whether those swords are hers. Maybe, she might be taking something that is hers, rightfully hers, but it has been taken away. So we cannot judge. So just be aware if someone is hiding something from you, or if it's you starting something new. Hide it from people. Keep it to yourself. Do the work in a secretive manner. It could be take a risk. Seven of Swords, another positive meaning of that card is that something will come to fruition. You will succeed. She will succeed, in sneaking in, getting the swords, and going away unnoticed, because it's in the upright. And the mystery road is you might not know where it leads you, but take it anyways. So, it might be a new beginning. It might be someone doing something behind your back. Check which one resonates, and just be alert this month. Keep things to yourself. Don't divulge too much information in front of colleagues or your boss. Be perceptive and be secretive about things. So that's your career. I'm going to put these here for now. And then we're going to move on to your spirituality. So we have the Serpent, we have Partnership, and we have the High Priestess. I mean, that's an amazing card to get for spirituality, isn't it? Because it means you're tapped in. You're really tapped in. You might be doing tarot, runes, reading about, spiritual subjects. You're in tune. You know your stuff. Partnership could be partnering up with spirit, could be connecting to spirits if you do mediumship or something of the sort. It could also mean that you might want to get a course. I'm drawn to the books here in Partnership, so you might find a teacher, take a course, take it up a notch, get a reading from someone. The Serpent is knowledge and healing. Now, I know that snakes don't have a good reputation. They're about someone being sneaky and all of that, but I don't get that vibe here, considering the other cards. Also, they are, yes, a symbol of knowledge and healing. So some sort of wisdom, ancient wisdom. So I think, and this could be a teacher. This could be a teacher that you're partnering up with. This could be someone you're learning from. This could be a new area of spirituality that you're really exploring. But whatever you're doing, you're on the right track. You're going to get an upgrade, learn something new. It's going to be great this month, but definitely partner up with others if you can. If you want to delve deeper because you're already the right path, you're already tapped in, look up courses and teachers and tarot readers, to expand your practice, so to speak. And also because we're talking about spirituality is also in like self-development as well. Check if you could also continue to do shadow work or heal past traumas or something. Again, could be with a coach, a therapist, or someone that would help your spirituality as well. You'll be more healed, more tapped in, your vibration will be higher, and it will help all areas of life, really. So check which of these messages resonates. And then love life. You have birth, rebirth. Beware of the ex coming back. And then Queen of Swords reversed. Right. So also I'm drawn to the fact that in the birth, rebirth card, we have more of an autumn vibe. Right. So either something is about to die, or you have an ex come back, or someone with whom you've been in a conflict with is trying to get back, or you might be trying to get back into the love scene after a really tough breakup. But the Queen of Swords reversed isn't a very good omen, in the sense that if this is you, well, whether or not it's you, the energy is so upright. That would be someone who has been through a lot, but has developed healthy boundaries and a very clear communication with people so as to keep the wrong people at bay and be very discerning and perceptive in whom they let in. However, when it's reversed, it's kind of not the high vibe version of that, but maybe not there yet version, in the sense that you're still hurting. There is some past pain that has not been cleared. Either this person from the past is someone you cannot trust and you won't be welcoming to them at all. You'll be very, cutting with your words, get out of my life type of thing. Also beware, because the swords, court cards and kind of, tarot cards in general, upright, are about clear communication and truth, but reversed like that could be someone manipulative with their words, someone who has an ulterior motive. But in this case, I'm kind of getting that with Autumn and Queen of Swords reversed, you're not yet healed from a past breakup or past trauma or something negative in your love life from the past. And before you can have that rebirth, that proper happy rebirth, you need to heal that. It's okay if you have the Queen of Swords upright, because as I said, that just means healthy boundaries and keeping the wrong people at bay. But if you have her reversed like that, you have not completely healed yet, and you're kind of spiteful or too cautious or guarded with regards to people, and it might get in the way of your rebirth. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And finally, your general advice for this month is co-create and by the book reversed. So I think it's a good month for you to manifest. So co-create is a manifestation card. It's about working with spirit to create something. So it's not just, oh, I'm going to break my back working really hard towards this goal. It's also, I'm going to make sure I rest and have a high vibe and script, or have a gratitude journal, or check in with myself. Is this goal of mine, or is this new job or new opportunity I'm after really in alignment with myself, with my higher self, with my bigger goals in life, with my priorities and values? And then by the book reversed could mean that you need to do something out of your comfort zone. So upright by the book, also check it out. 11 is the number of manifestation. Upright would have meant that you need to do things step by step and by the book, literally. But reverse could be that, well, maybe you don't, right? Maybe if you have a high vibe and you do your manifesting, you might get something with a little bit less effort than you think you should have gotten it with. Or, others might think that, or whatever. Or it might be taking a risk. You don't need to do things, exactly like others tell you, because we have a community here. Or, be observant of hierarchy. All of those, social forms of social conditioning might be getting in your way. You might be a powerful manifester who can do it, in other ways. Also remember your spirituality set. You had the high priestess upright, so you're very tapped in. You are connected to spirit, so use that to your advantage. Also here, the egg might be something new that's about to be born. Jaguar or cheetah, I'm not sure, but a very fast action-oriented animal. And then the owl is very wise, right? It's awake in the dark, it waits. So you might have to combine these energies to get your new beginning, and not just be like work, 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 or not just following other people's advice or hierarchy or waiting your turn. So take action, but make sure your actions are aligned with spirit and follow your intuition, even if it doesn't accord with logic or with what others advise you, or whatever by the book means in that scenario or field of work or whatever. It might still work for you because you're tapped in. You know best. So just be aware of that. And again, with your initial archetype card, which was Lover reversed. Again, for your love life, this might be you are not over something, so you cannot have your rebirth yet. But in this, it could also mean that, be aware if you're too attached to an outcome, because that might get in the way of your manifestation. If you know something about the law of attraction, do the work and take risks and be tapped in, and then just let go. Don't break your back, as I said, for something, being overly attached to it and clinging on to it, because that's going to get in the way. It also would, by the book reversed, and this reminding me of hierarchy, and having, the Seven of Swords and mystery with your career. If you're trying to manifest something related to your career, maybe don't listen to your boss. Maybe don't be overly attached to the company or the boss or the people you currently work with. If you want something more, that's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't mean that you have to stay in the line all the time. You can take a risk and manifest something for yourself, something else, something different, something more. Don't be afraid to do that. All right, I'm going to leave you here, Pawan. Thank you very much for being with us. I hope you have a great month, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Right, hello, pile 2. For those of you who chose the smoky quartz, this is an excellent stone to cleanse your energy with, get the bad vibes out. If you meditate with it, I love to do that myself. It really helps me get rid of those bad energies I might have collected from other people. Okay, so let's start with your archetype card. If it's an archetype in reverse, it's going to show you the bad side or the shadow side of that archetype that you might have to be careful about this month, so that it doesn't get in the way of your goals or interactions with others. If it's upright, good for you. It's something that you can benefit from this month. Oh, good for you. It's upright. It's guide. Wow. Light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Wow. So you might be a spiritual guide to others with the owl and the woman, the lantern, kind of hermit vibes. So lighting the way for others, being an example, having those, wise words to say at the right time for other people, so as to help them heal or help them navigate their own paths. But it's a great card to have. So know that Spirit is on your side, that you're really wise and knowledgeable this month. And you can use that in your interactions with others. Okay, so your first set of cards are going to be about your career. So we have the Wind Fairy. I don't know if you can see that. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So the Wind Fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. She's kind of like the Queen of Swords in Tarot. So the air element, very intellectual, very in her mind. Queen of Pentacles, when she's upright, is someone very stable, very grounded, of the earth element, obviously very abundant, and someone who can easily balance home life and work life. She can be a mother, a nurturer, and, an excellent boss at work, etc. Now, the fact that she is in reverse next to the Wind Fairy tells me that you might be too much in your head. You might need some grounding when it comes to your career. So either the career is starting to take over too much of your time and you can't balance your other commitments with it all very well, or your ideas need a practical plan. That could also be it, so that they bring you that abundance and that stability. But overall, the good news is that this month you're going to be very sharp in your analysis, in your speech, um, in everything. You're going to have excellent ideas. So do harvest those, but maybe you're going to lack a bit of planning or balancing out everything, or you might need to go into nature and do some grounding exercises to keep yourself balanced. But definitely the emphasis will be more on your thoughts and mind and ideas. This might be a very good time to plan. Dump all of your ideas into a journal or a file and start to come up with a plan for each, for the upcoming months, for the year ahead. But very, very rich in ideas, very sharp. Any analysis, any, you know, um, projects at work that need a really sharp mind with lots of information, that might be difficult for some people to assimilate, it's going to be easy peasy for you. But make sure you get the money for it. Make sure you have it all planned out. Make sure you have a good schedule. Make sure you have enough time for your family or other commitments, or even for yourself to get grounded and to nurture yourself. Because the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. You also had the guide card. So you might be really good at nurturing others and giving ideas, but not so good at nurturing yourself or benefiting from your own ideas, like getting money for them or having a plan. So something to be aware of this month. Right, so we're going to move on to your spirituality. Okay, so we have the bee. I don't know if this focuses. We have the cat. And for your tarot, we have the 10 of Swords. Right, the bee is luck, industriousness, sweet victory. The cat is independence, healthy boundaries. And you have 10 of Swords. Okay, so, and this is your spirituality. So 10 of Swords, you could have been betrayed by someone. Next to the cat, who is independent, she also seems quite vicious here, I would have to say. So you might have been betrayed by other people. You might have been overly reliant on their advice or whatever it is. And 10 of Swords is the ending of that cycle. You have to pick yourself up. We see the sun there. And start a new beginning. The 10 of Swords, in terms of spirituality, could be having to do shadow work, having to heal from a betrayal or past trauma, closing a very difficult cycle and beginning something new. And I think that whatever this was is going to help you be more independent, more perceptive, more focused on yourself. You know, cats, they think about themselves. They take care of themselves. They're not overly loyal or dependent on people like dogs are. You know, they get people to do what they need them to do, but they're focused on themselves. Healthy boundaries as well. So you might need to cut off some toxic people, some bad influences, some unreliable friends, even relatives from your life, and be more independent. Take care of yourself. Again, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed in this upright, you might have been too giving to others, not very nurturing in terms of, you know, your own self-care. And this needs to change, and it's going to change this month. There is an opportunity for your perception to change this month, for your focus to change this month, so do it. The bee, luck, industriousness, sweet victory. So the bee is about getting the honey from your efforts. So again, you might have been doing a lot of shadow work. You might have been cutting people from your life. You might have been doing, you know, or coming out of a dark night of the soul, as they say, or just doing the unpleasant side of spirituality, right? Cleaning your energy, cleaning your environment, cleaning your past. Whether you have done it or you will start to do it this month, know that sweet results await. It's going to pay off. It's going to be unpleasant and uncomfortable at first, and you might, you know, even feel alone or despondent at times, but it's going to pay off. You're going to be more independent in your power. with the right people around, and you're not really going to depend on anyone or need anyone. So it's a great time for you, either way. Either you're going to reap the rewards now, or you're starting to do this now, but it's going to be very, very beneficial for you. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, which is love. Ooh, you have the novice. I don't know if it's focusing. And you have the King of Wands reversed. So the novice says innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. And it's 5, which is the number of change. King of Wands reversed. So King of Wands upright is someone who has learned to harness their, their passion for things and for people. He's a visionary, and he can gather a crowd and have followers who can help him accomplish his goals and, make them into a reality. Reverse, to me, talks about someone who might have great ideas, might be very passionate, might even seem like, someone who has, well, definitely reverse or not, he has leadership qualities and is very, very charismatic and very, very passionate, might be even very, very hot and sexy. But reverse means he lacks the maturity, he lacks the knowledge and practice of harnessing that energy. And to be honest, a king usually points to someone who has maturity, a certain level of maturity. And it's kind of in juxtaposition with the novice, who is someone new, more like a page energy. So, again, this might be a little bit of a chaotic new beginning in love. So you might, just have passionate flings or flirt a lot, but nothing serious. So this might be it. Or you might meet someone who has the potential to be the King of Wands, but is not there yet. So don't be fooled if you think they're the King of Wands. They're still a novice. They still need practice. They might be innocent, might be a beginner, even if they're hot and very attractive and seem to know their stuff, and flirt really well or whatever, carry themselves really well. But they're innocent and they're still new to this. So you might have something like that happen to you, or this might be, the new beginning might be really passionate, but nothing long term, or at least not this month. So that's in love, but they're good cards. I mean, the King of Wands upright is great for a lover, and also the novice talks about a new beginning. So there is potential for something new, just not something serious yet. And your overall advice card for this month is Treasure Island. And that's fantastic. Again, the 9 kind of reminds me like the 10 of Swords, like you're almost there. You had the bee card, which was about the honey after, a long period of hard work. Treasure Island is finding a treasure, getting success, getting the fruits of your labor. This might also be the ideas, right? You had the wind fairy, harnessing your ideas that might be brilliant, might bring you a lot of abundance later on. It might be an excellent opportunity. It's just reaping the rewards, and it's an advice is just be on the lookout for this great opportunity. Pay attention to your ideas. They will bring you money. They'll be brilliant. You're onto something great. I mean, it's not that much of, you need to do something hard. I think it is just enjoy it. It's success, basically. The only advice is be on the lookout for it. Make sure you reap the rewards. Make sure you pay attention. It's a great month. It's a great month all around. I think that for all of your areas of life, even like your archetype card is, you have wisened up. You have wisened up from whatever happened in the past, and you have great ideas, and great new beginnings await you this month. Just make sure to stay grounded, to have a plan, and to reap the rewards reap the rewards, turn all of these opportunities and ideas into something tangible, um, and pay attention to that, and be more focused on yourself and on reaping those rewards in your life. Okay, so I'm going to leave you here, pile 2. Thank you very much for being with me today. I hope you have a fantastic month ahead, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. For those of you that chose the rose quartz heart, so this might be a very love intensive, like love-oriented month. Also, we are still in Venus retrograde, I think, and a good astrological remedy for it is to have some rose quartz on you, because rose quartz is about love and the heart chakra, so that's Venus, but also it's a stone. So I think Saturn was the ruler of stones, so it would be a great thing to have this month. So we're going to begin with your archetype card. If it's in the reverse or it's showing the shadow side of that archetype, means that you need to be careful about it, so that it doesn't get in the way of your projects or interactions with others this month. If it's in the upright, good for you. It's something that you can benefit from. So you have the martyr. Okay, light attribute, it's in the upright, which is good. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So it's like being devoted and believing beyond reasonable whatever doubt or beyond reason into something, I think. So it's also like jumping into something a little bit like the Fool energy, but with commitment, because a martyr is you're ready to go, to reach your limit, go to the very end for a cause or for someone or for something. Whereas the Fool is just, oh, I'm going to try this and, trust in the universe and see where it gets me. Here it's yes, I'm making a jump, I'm taking a risk, but I'm committed to reaching the end point. So it's good because you're going to go after what you want with commitment. Okay, so now your first set of cards are going to be about your career. So we have the Goblin. I don't know if you can see. We have the Stag. And we have the Page of Wands. Very interesting cards. Right, so the Goblin is the wounded human ego. Stag is pride and leadership, and Page of Wands is someone who is ready to explore, go on an adventure, is open-minded, adventurous, talented, passionate, ready to just go for it. So I think that here we have, I said interesting set of cards, because here we have a little bit of a juxtaposition. I think this is sort of like the shadow attributes of ego, and this is the light attributes of ego. So here it's when we haven't healed, we're not really mature, and we get really offended by someone or something, or we hold a grudge, or, our ego is just bruised. The Stag is, you have pride, but you also have integrity, you have leadership, you're mature, you can carry yourself differently. So because this is career, and Page of Wands is like, I'm not holding a grudge, I'm just ready to explore whatever. So you might be ready to move on from a job or a boss who left you really hurt and offended. You might not like your boss, you might also feel kind of restricted or unappreciated at work, and you know that you can do more and that you're a leader and you want to explore. This could also be starting your own business, being self-employed, being your own boss, taking up a leadership role, even changing, because we have the Road and we have someone who's adventurous, and the Page is also starting out. He's not a knight or a king yet, so you might start out a new venture or at a new company or a completely different route or field in terms of career, and it could be because the last thing didn't work out, or it wasn't good for you, or you didn't feel appreciated, or there was just too much ego, or you weren't allowed to grow or to explore or to express yourself. And you know that you're worth more and that you can do more. It might also be that you were working with some really petty people in like a gossipy environment, and that's not your vibe again. And you want freedom and integrity and leadership and just higher grounds. You want to reach higher grounds. So these are good cards. It's a good gradation or like development, so to speak, in the cards for you to do just that, and to explore and go for it. So whatever you're beginning, you've been thinking about, or if you've been thinking, well, I don't feel satisfied where I currently am, shall I explore, shall I risk it, shall I go somewhere else, am I really worth something more? Yes, yes, yes to all of those. You are, and go for it, and now would be a good time to do just that. Okay, so moving on to your spirituality and self-development this month, we have the Bard and the Magician. They go hand in hand very, very well. So the Bard is music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. The Magician has all the tools to manifest whatever they want. So it's a great combination for manifesting. 7 is also a very spiritual number. Here we also have someone who is, he's having fun. So again, kind of with the Page of Wands, have more fun, be more lighthearted, know that you can do whatever you want. You have all of the qualities you can manifest. With the Bard, there's an emphasis on communication. The Magician is also a great card for communication. So scripting this month would be very powerful for you. Having a gratitude journal, maybe even doing guided meditations where you hear the words, where you say the words. You could also listen to, do a recording of your dream life or whatever you want, how you get it, how you, describe it or whatever. Do a recording of that and listen to it while you sleep, so that it enters into your subconscious a little bit more easily. So words are powerful this month. Use them wisely. You can also do journaling or whatever in self, to heal yourself or whatever. But there's an emphasis on communication and manifestation. So whichever way you can combine those, it's going to give you really big results. But also make sure you're in this open-minded, lighthearted energy this month. I think that's going to work for you really, really well as well. Okay, so moving on to your love life. This month we have Risk and Knight of Wands reversed. So you're feeling really cautious. But also there are two ways to interpret this. So for some of you, be wary if there is a third party. Knight of Wands upright, they call him the fuckboy of the deck, excuse my French. It's not someone very mature. It's someone very flirtatious, passionate, going after what they want, not very stable, doesn't really want anything serious. This reversed, I think it's being too, either you're being too cautious about something, or you're being too rash about something, too quick to decide. With the Risk, we have 3 arrows here and kind of like 2 straight lines on the road. So to me, it kind of talks about, is there a third person? Or maybe you need to research someone a little bit more before you engage with them. But to be honest, I think for most of you, you're just being too cautious, because that was my first kind of interpretation. But also Risk has 40, which is 4, the number of stability, times 10. Again, an ending number, but not yet beginning. So it could be that you're too stable. you're too stable and you're too cautious. Again, for some of you with all of this lighthearted energy, be careful. You know, it's good to be flirtatious and to have fun. Do what you want. That's your prerogative. But be aware of the risks as you do so. But for others of you, remember, you can be more lighthearted. You can go after what you want. You know, so don't be overly cautious. So find a balance between being overly cautious to the point of stagnating or, you know, losing out on opportunities, and being too rash and quick to go after someone or to jump into something you haven't really researched really well. Okay, and your final set of cards is advice for this month, and you got 2. You have New Life reversed and Unfinished Symphony reversed. So again, we have the 10 and 39, which is just before 40. So I think you have not closed out a cycle yet. I think you're on the verge of doing that. It might be about your career, because we had the Goblin and the Stag and the Page of Wands. So you might want to launch something, start something, but you're holding yourself back because you haven't finished something. So be wary of what that is. Also, you did have the Martyr card. Difficult for me to get it. So this could also be that, you know, go after what you want this month. You're devoted enough. Go after what you want. If you've been waiting to put an end to something, go after something that you really, really want, but you've been scared to do. Now would be a good time to do that. But also, these cards as advice do talk about you might need to do a little bit more work before you jump into this new thing. So make sure you see either what you have difficulty letting go of or what needs sorting out before the new beginning starts. Okay, pile 3. This is where I leave you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you have a fantastic month, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 4. For those of you who chose the chrysocolla stone, an excellent stone for communication, so this might be an important theme for you this month. So we're going to begin with your archetype card. If it's in the reverse, showing the shadow aspect of that archetype, then this is a trait of yours that you need to be aware of so that it doesn't get in the way of your projects, interactions with others this month. If it's in the upright, good for you. Is it something positive that you're going to benefit from this month? So you have the Student and it's in the reverse. So we're going to take the shadow attributes: arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So I'm getting more the sense that it's the second, but to be fair, so you have 2 options. Either you think that you know everything about a subject, you might be afraid to tell someone that you don't know something, or you might, go ahead with something without double checking something. Or you're someone who has been preparing for something, researching something, learning about something for a long, long time, but kind of procrastinating taking action on it, or, making that business idea into an actual business, filming that YouTube video or whatever. And you might, stop preparing. You might have to stop preparing and start taking action. So see for yourself how it plays out for you this month. Sorry. Okay, so your first set of cards are about your career. So we have disruption, we have restriction, we have Ace of Cups. Actually, I don't know if you can see the cards well. Okay, so this is actually great. So with disruption, I'm getting a little bit like a tower moment, but in a good sense. So the tower moment is also a release of energy. It's this, destroying everything that didn't serve us or that was keeping us captive in that tower. So with restriction, I think you've been kept, either you've been restricting yourself, kind of like with the student reverse, from launching something. Ace of Cups is a new beginning, about something that you love to do, something that really makes you fulfilled. um, Look at how much love she has. She's almost like meditating with that cup. And there's magic and two doves and growth. So a very promising new beginning. So either you've been restricting yourself from launching something because you thought you weren't ready, or you've been in a dead-end job, or someone or something external was restricting you and not allowing you to have the time and energy and even confidence to launch this thing. With disruption, something is going to happen that's going to push you to take action. Again, it might be external. Look at the waterfall, like the water just bursting out with so much force and energy. And you have the lightning symbol on the stone here and up here. So again, this could be an idea, a realization, an outside event to just, makes you break out of this restriction. But also because the cards are not like this, in which case I would say you're definitely breaking away from your restriction. Be aware of your own self-limiting beliefs that might still keep you in that place. Okay, so if there is a realization or something that comes outside help or an event or an opportunity, make sure you benefit from it, right? Don't let the restriction get in the way of this disruptive event that seems to be in your favor and this new beginning that you've been preparing for a while, it seems. So that's for your career. Now let's look at your spirituality and development. So we have the King. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, that was not in the reverse. Also, I don't take these oracle cards in the reverse. The Merlin. And we have the Three of Cups and the Four of Swords. Right. So, very interesting. Also, you have a lot of cards. Other piles just got two. So the King says man, authority, male, sexual energy, things pertaining to the law, justice. Kind of like the Emperor card in Tarot. The Merlin is alchemy, justice, balance. Kind of like the Magician card in Tarot. And then you have Three of Cups and Four of Swords. Right. So in terms of your personal development and spirituality, you have amazing cards. So these two mean that you're in your power. You have your shit together, excuse my French. Very good time for manifesting this month with the Merlin card. With the King, it also means that you know what you want and that you can take action. But overall, I think you're confident. I think you're capable. I think you've healed. With Three of Cups and Four of Swords, it might mean that you need rest. So for some of you, if you've been partying too much, maybe you need a little bit of quiet time, meditation, kind of taking a rest from that. If on the other hand, you think that you've been too much like working and being focused on your project, you might actually need a little bit of fun. And that might be your rest, right? You might need downtime with friends and rest, as in like having good sleep, meditating, etc. But just, basically you need to loosen up a little bit. But a great month for manifestation. And I think you're in really, really good place in terms of, whatever you've been doing, shadow work or whatever, in terms of your spiritual development. You're in a place of power. You know what you want. You're a powerful manifester. You can get it. So having fun and resting, really. I don't see any other particular message or advice here. So good for you. You're in a really good place, it seems. And in terms of your love life, you have burden. I don't know if you can see that. And wait, the Queen of Cups was first, and then Temperance. Right. So I cannot avoid stating the obvious with burden and the pregnant Queen of Cups. You might be pregnant. Because also temperance is about, well, it plays out as a period of gestation and kind of, self-care and balancing out and waiting. So it might be that you're waiting for your baby to come. Congratulations if that's the case. If not, in terms of your love life, the focus should be on yourself. With burden and then the Queen of Cups kind of making this offering and kind of taking care of others, because she tends to do that, it might be that others or taking care of others could be a little bit of a burden this month. And you need to focus on, temperance is taking care of yourself and being more balanced. So don't be too giving. It's okay to give. If you're this Queen of Cups energy, that's beautiful. It's okay to do that, but just make sure that you're also taking care of yourself. So I'm reading more focus on taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, balancing out your own energy, having self-love. And also with burden, I'm kind of sensing lack of clarity a little bit, because there are trees and it's kind of not really clear what's ahead. So I think simplification and self-care are primordial right now before you can move on to taking care of others or focusing on your partner or starting that relationship. Filling your own cup and being balanced. And there is a waiting period. So you might have to clear, if it's not a baby, you might have to clear a burden, lighten up your load, simplify your life, take better care of yourself, and kind of wait for all of these things to be in place, to be in check, before you can move on in your love life. And your last card is an advice card, and you have chop wood reversed. So in reverse, this card talks about you need to focus on the here and now. So again, be present, but also take care of things, get your ducks in order. But also it's an action card. So remember the student that you had reversed, kind of the restriction, all of those cards in terms of, having fun, but also being balanced and stuff. Yeah, take care of things, but also do things and be present as you do them. And it's, it's good to have hopes and plans. In terms of manifestation, it's about focus on the here and now, so that you don't get overly attached to what you hope to happen. So you have, focus on the daily chores, on the daily tasks, on what you can do here and now to kind of make yourself feel better. And take action. I think it's also kind of lines up with other cards. Take action towards your goals. It's not a time to be overly studious and be like, oh, but I need to prepare more, but I need to sort this out. Yeah, you can sort it out, as you go. Just start whatever you wanted in your career or passion project or whatever. Focus on yourself, do it. Have fun with friends, just the daily things. Sorting out your daily schedule, your daily life, the focus on yourself, the focus on what you love. Those are the things that you need to focus on. But focus in terms of taking action and being present in that action, and not so much about, am I doing it right? What's coming next? no, we are here and now. We decided that this is beneficial for your goal. Just do it. So overall, I think you had a really balanced and positive reading, pile number 4. Not a lot of, advice or readjustment that you need. So I'm going to leave you here. Thank you very much for being with me today. I wish you a fantastic month, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.